Instead of expressing her feelings to a man directly, a woman may send a series of indirect signals that could be misunderstood or simply ignored. On the other hand, women can also send signals of interest to a gentleman. If a man is unable to read, comprehend, or interpret these signals, he may miss the chance to build a strong relationship with that girl. Below are 10 indirect signals that women may send when they like a man that he may not notice, starting with repeated glances. First of all, when a woman looks at a man quickly and shyly, she may be trying to get his attention without being overt. These glances may be accompanied by nervous smiles or averting her gaze when he notices her. Frequently, the girl will quickly notice the man attempting to hide her interest and averting her gaze when he looks at her. Women occasionally touch their lips or mouths with their fingers while staring at a man. This can be done unconsciously to try to hide the fact that they are observing him. In this situation, a confident and attentive man will notice this interest and should capitalize on it by giving her a sincere look, laughing if he can, or approaching her to start a conversation. Number 2 has a sincere and impromptu smile. A woman's smile can be the first indication that she is interested in a man. When a woman smiles frequently in front of a man, she is indirectly expressing that she feels at ease and comfortable. This does not necessarily mean that she likes him, but it does show that she feels at ease if she laughs at random and finds humor in anything he says, even if it isn't funny. This could be an indication that she is anxious or content and open to talking, so the male can take this subliminal cue to initiate a cool, collected discussion with her number. 3 lights come into contact with one another. Number 3. Touches on the arm or shoulder can be a subtle method to express interest in someone. Pay attention to any longer or more purposeful than normal physical contact. When a woman makes physical contact with a man, it shows that she feels at ease and confident around him. The man should measure the amount of physical contact and often wait for her response to determine whether there are opportunities to move forward and connect. Not all forms of contact are equal. Sometimes a woman will only lightly touch his arm or shoulder, while other times she will embrace him or hold his hand confidently. This depends on the man's personality at that time and the degree of trust between them. In other situations, if the man does not advance sexily, the relationship may end up in the friend zone, where she only touches him because she views him as a reliable friend number. Number 4, participating in those discussions. Perhaps it's time to consider whether this relationship is in line with your values and long-term objectives. The 5th, she maintains her relationships in secret. When someone conceals their friendships or relationships, it frequently indicates deeper levels of deceit. She may be trying to hide some people from you because she's also seeing someone else in a healthy relationship. If she is constantly secretive, this could be a sign that she is juggling multiple partners from a Stoic perspective. This is an ideal opportunity to practice amonia, which is the pursuit of a flourishing life through virtue. Acknowledge that you deserve someone who can be honest and open with you and that your value is independent of other people's behavior. She receives protection. Stoics would advise us to remain indifferent to her defensiveness in order to focus on our own truth and to maintain clarity of mind instead of allowing emotions to take over. If you ask her directly about her relationships with other people and she becomes extremely defensive or shuts you down, it's worth looking more closely at her behavior. Consider why it bothers me, how I truly feel, and what would be the best course of action in this situation. 7th place. The Stoic virtue of temperance comes into play when someone gives you too many compliments. At first, this may seem like a good thing, because who doesn't enjoy a little extra praise? However, sometimes too many compliments can be used to manipulate or divert you, especially if she's trying to keep you emotionally invested while directing her energy elsewhere. Number 8. Pay attention to deeds rather than simply words. She is difficult to identify emotionally, and one of the main indicators that something is amiss is when she exhibits emotional instability. One day she may be loving and attentive, and the next she may be cold and distant. This type of emotional instability is frequently used to keep several people interested at once. So if you're having trouble connecting with her emotionally, take a step back and practice apatheia. the ability to maintain composure in the face of outside influences. The ninth. It may seem like a normal request at first, but if it occurs frequently and without explanation, it may indicate that she is withdrawing to balance her time with someone else. The Stoics would advise you to maintain your composure and not take it personally. So instead of freaking out, ask yourself how I handle this situation with her. She suddenly wants space without explanation. Grace number 10. She is not managing her time well if she is always juggling schedules and is too busy for you. This indicates that she is spending her time elsewhere. Here, a Stoic approach is to concentrate on how you spend your time. Are you making good use of it, or are you allowing the actions of others to determine your sense of value as a person? Number 11. Finally, when you are together, does she act disengaged? Is she constantly preoccupied or emotionally aloof? This could be the most telling indication that someone is divided between several partners, as it can cause emotional turmoil and prevent them from giving their all to any one of them. Stoicism teaches us to look beyond the immediate discomfort and focus on our own path, knowing that we deserve relationships that bring us peace, not confusion. So, what do we do with all this information? The key from a Stoic perspective is not to react impulsively, but to reflect calmly and thoughtfully. Life will present us with challenges in relationships, and while we can't always control what others do, we can control how we respond. If you see these signs, it's not about confrontation or seeking revenge. It's about clarity. It's about deciding whether this relationship is aligned with your values and goals and choosing to act with wisdom, integrity, and self-respect. If this resonated with you, make sure to hit that subscribe button and check out our next video on mastering your emotions with Stoic wisdom.